Check.
Yeah. Jan Wayne Swayze presents the FREE99 podcast. Be sure to follow SoundCloud, iTunes, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Twitch, Instagram, and
TikTok. No C.
Search FREE99 podcast. Shout out all those sponsors.
Thank you.
Shout out all the listeners.
Thank you.
Jan Wayne Swayze in the building. He's waving vigorously in the background.
So vigorous.
JD Fresh in the building. He's also
so
there he goes.
Yeah.
He's having a good time.
Oh, he's milking teeth. This guy's milking teeth.
Kumo B, Rommel in the building.
Me no conversate with the fake. That part. All my bitches independent bitches. That part. I just want the paper. That part. All my bitches flavor. That part.
I'm the good homie Gus, aka Gusty Baker. On episode.
That's good.
You like that one?
It was good. That was pretty good.
Episode
that was a sleeper.
Yeah, 207 of the FREE99 podcast. Rommel.
207.
On 207, could you please introduce this returning energy, but the first time where they combined.
Yeah, this is Mega Powers, right?
Yeah.
All
Mega
right.
Bucks.
Foresight. The ability to predict or action of predicting what will happen to be needed in the future. One of our guests has that. Nailed to a T. Chalk it up to a fateful trip to LA, but in my humble opinion, it was before that. With Pops chefing it up in the heart of the mission, one can draw parallels to sushi and burritos, or taco to hand rolls. It's not too far-fetched to think that with enough foresight, one can push the envelope on the same idea, same concept of what their father's livelihood was based on. Everybody has had that one moment where they see something on TV and say to themselves, man, that was my idea. Sure, pal. No one will believe it because you simply lacked execution, the carrying out or putting into effect of a plan, order, or course of action. The other guest tonight lives that, deeply rooted with bootlegging tapes, allegedly, for his parents' store or delivering lechon at the drop of a dime, or years of experience as a sous chef. For a man to pivot his career from computer science to his passion in the culinary arts takes execution. And when you mix that too with a strong foundation of trust and loyalty, something amazing happens. It's like a goddamn rom-com. Guy struggles with finding happiness, wanting to be his own man, refuses to accept the fate that was already written for him, sees the potential in an old flame from high school, only she's also trying to figure out her path and do right by others. He convinces her to take a leap of faith, and well, the rest is history. There's a beauty in that. And all it took was for him to put his meat in her taco.
Easy.
FREE99 podcast is honored to have Gil and Evan, aka Sisig, Fried, and Roy, aka the Heartburn Foundation, but better known as the owners of Senor Sisig in the goddamn building.
Gil and Evan, FREE99 podcast, episode 207. Rommel does this. Rommel does this. Let me get a toast from my brother's toast. They got the nice cups. They earned it, goddammit. And we were just speaking off air. So Ev was on episode 42.
42,
Ronnie Lott, the FREE99 podcast, and Gil was on 152. No Dodgers. We had 152 of the FREE99 podcast, and it's just so thankful to have you both here.
Yeah.
Accompanied. Could we go through what we have presented in front of us real quick?
We got the Pilo wings. These are our crispy sinigang wings that we're having limit time at all locations, plus the food trucks. It's a collaboration we did with Pilo. It flew out the door, and so we're continuing for a little bit. We got the burritos here. We got the Tosilo. We got the California burrito. We got some salsas too. So Gus had to bring some rice down
because we are Filipino
for sure. We had some, we have the spicy sinigang.
They have rice at the store too.
Yeah,
they have rice at the store.
Yeah, don't hit up Gus for rice. Yeah, go to the store and get rice.
Definitely.
Costco.
So this is what we got here. Hope you guys enjoy, man.
Always, and thank you very much for that.
What about this tequila that we're drinking?
Mi Gente, baby. We've been working with them. I mean, Gil, you kind of have the background.
Yeah, we opened up the new Oakland location. That's kind of new to, I don't know, some of the viewers haven't been to our new Oakland locations on 330 17th Street in Oakland by Lake Merritt. So we got the bar over there. We got a cantina. So we worked with a lot of purveyors, wanted to bring in some natural additive-free tequila. This is a tequila from Jalisco, Mexico. Additive-free. It's owned by, I believe, 2 women. And everything from the packaging to the bottling, sustainable. So
shout
out.
No additives, clear. It's
shout out to Women in Tequila.
All the stuff, yeah. And they rock with us, man. So we wanted to rock with them, make sure we bring it out. Mi Gente Tequila, that's what we're drinking tonight. You know, it was margarita
It's pretty
day
fucking
yesterday.
good, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even trying to be like, sponsors. Yeah. It's really good, dude. It's like,
it's good
no,
stuff.
I'm actually digging it.
Yeah.
What's funny is, right before episode 42, it was when you guys were fixing to open up the Valencia location.
Okay.
And then right before
was that 42, huh?
episode 150, right after 152 is when you guys open up the ferry building.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Wow. Also, the baby cum guzzler.
so, that okay, but since then you guys have, like you said, Oakland was another location you guys opened up. As well as the intro to what's happening for you guys in the next couple of months or weeks, right?
With what? Which one?
With Chase.
With Chase. So we just announced Chase. So yeah, so that one's actually going to be next year.
Next year?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
2025.
Yeah, 2025. Like the real push is for the All-Star game is coming in on February.
Oh, is it here?
It's here. Yeah.
Fuck, it's gonna be
So you know we
The
want to get
city
that.
needs that though.
Oh,
for
we need
sure.
that.
That
I mean,
city
there's a lot of
needs
other
that.
stuff we need, but that'll work too.
That will help. That will
I
help.
don't
The
do
All-Star
don't care.
game coming to Chase. I mean, we got the Super Bowl, the World Cup, and so
Yep.
you know the future is bright. I feel like we're about to turn the page, but yeah, it's not next week. It's not next month. It's next year.
Next
probably.
year.
Yeah, but you know, but the push is to get it open before All-Star game.
Yeah, we're working on it. Definitely, it takes a lot. You know, not just me and Evan, but it takes a clan to kind of put it together.
Yeah.
We're starting literally like a couple of days ago. We've been in discussion about it, but it's actually in our face, and we're trying to get it all started. But it takes a lot of work. So.
And this is kind of different from all of your other locations, right? Because your other locations is like, all right, here you're smack dab in the place, right? But here it's like almost building your own house, right?
In a way, yeah. I mean, I feel like all our locations. I mean, it's crazy for you to kind of bring up the timeline about it because like Valencia was before the pandemic. That feels like ages ago.
That was your first
World
brick
was
and mortar.
fucking totally different. Sorry,
Yeah.
can I swear?
Fuck yeah, you can, dude.
So we were kind of just coming out of just being really what we were to start with, which was food trucks. We had gone from 1 food truck to 6 food trucks at that point, and then we were really kind of just making our first leap into brick and mortar. So that was a time in itself, right?
Yeah.
Then the pandemic happens 4 months later, and we had to kind of reinvent and then try to find kind of what's the other things we can do, right?
Yeah.
And so the ferry building is one of those opportunities that came up that we were just like, we can't pass this up, man, because
That's crazy, too.
It's like an iconic location, and to be able to put this brand that we built, put all of our heart into for all these years into something like that in the city, it was kind of a flag in the ground moment, and so was the mission for us. There's a backstory. You kind of talked to it on your intro and whatnot.
We be clubbing, we be sushi, dog.
For sure. We
Muck
be
sushi.
Shout out BB Sushi. They're still there. I went in there the other day and like the same owner, and then they was like, "Oh shit, it's
That's
you."
Pops, right?
Yeah, and then they remember Pops and everything. So, that's it's dope to kind of see those things in the city happen. Dude. But going back to Chase, I just feel like it's another opportunity for us, just to kind of really take what we built. Hopefully, people see it obviously as Senor Sisig Filipino fusion and whatnot, but they also see it as Frisco.
Yeah, you that big brand,
So this is another opportunity for us to kind of position ourselves, alongside the Warriors, which is a Bay brand, right? That we feel we have a lot of synergy with, and so shout out to the Warriors, man. Like they could have put a Shake Shack there or something, you know what I'm saying? But
easy.
That would have been delicious.
It would have been delicious, yeah. But what I mean. But they also saw value in bringing local brands into the local center and making that part of the mix of tenants that they want to have there.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Warriors.
Shout out.
Shout out to Chase also. Opportunity is big.
Chase.
You guys had it, but if you're really there at the Warriors games, like the truck was there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The truck was there.
That's why I handed you that hat.
That's how I ended up with this hat. That's right. I was like, I need one of those.
I gotta go more Warrior.
He's like, I'll send it to you. And I was like, absolutely.
So let's talk about the progression, right? You went from one truck. What was it before the truck? Just a cart?
It was just a truck.
No, it was just a truck.
It was a truck.
We went from nothing to a truck. Yeah.
So it went from one truck to 6 trucks, 6 trucks to a brick and mortar. Then you had the Ferry Building, Oakland, and now you have Chase. Out of all of those, right? All of those decisions, which one was the scariest?
Wow, that's a good question.
I mean, I could speak. I think our first location, because we're switching the
whole format
to a brick and mortar, right?
Yeah,
it's something that we haven't done before. We've been doing trucks, like let's open another one, let's open another one. We just multiply that and do the same thing, the same operation, just multiply it. But when you're looking at a brick and mortar, not only like the overhead, but just like the building and making that decision, it's a learning process because we haven't done it before, right? We know what to do, but it's different when you're kind of putting it together and kind of seeing what it's worth and kind of just talking it out. It's something that we didn't know. So I think for me that was a big step for us.
No, I agree with that. I think we were really, really sensitive to what we had built with the street food brand over the first 9 years and moving into a brick and mortar that we had gone and looked at. I'm gonna say, I'm not gonna exaggerate, probably literally like at least 20 spots before we identified a spot that we felt
20 spots
in the gut.
And they were offered locations too that they passed on. A lot of locations.
I mean, we started negotiating leases, and at the end of it just didn't feel right. And so, we're strong believers about like going with our gut. And so, it is resemblance of
what you represent,
but also like what I was gonna say was the beginning of when we started, because that was a leap as well. So like there was 2 big leaps that we had to take, and it was like the first leap of just like starting the business, right? And then taking the leap from taking what we built as a street food brand into a restaurant and making sure we made that translation very clear for people, and that it felt like the same experience and whatnot. And so
I'm getting corporate F right now. Look at my man put his sleeve on.
I'm like, you want me to turn on the screen for the PowerPoint?
It's like an Apple presentation. There's only like 3 people here.
What do you mean? Like he unzips? It's like a black hoodie. It's a black turtleneck.
It's just us, bro. No, I'm fucking with you.
No, it's real though. I mean,
it is though.
I think it's because you don't have like nothing in front of you, right?
That shit's different now,
right? But it's real, and you can like go off of it because it's fucking authentic. It's honest.
I mean, that's the story. That's the real goddamn story, man. You know what I'm saying? And like, me and Gil always had like real good synergy in our relationship, and I think that's part of what the success was, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I button up and I do my thing.
Only difference is a button up.
Yeah, right, exactly. But but we got the food, we got the business, and then we just kind of feed off each other. And it's been a fun ride. We're going on 14 years right now.
14 years, dog.
Yeah.
2010, bro.
Yeah, we're at
14
Huff
years.
earlier, and we're talking about just future plans. And I think Ev mentioned like, hey, it's gonna be about
Wait, there's a Huff again?
Yeah, there's a Huff on Valencia right next to us. Shout out Huff.
Shout out Huff.
Man.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Keith.
Yeah, rest in peace, Fitz too, man.
Oh yeah, shout out to Roy, man.
Yeah, right.
Hey, but for the record, the first ever like audio or visual like ever representation. Not you got the website up first, but the first ever media coverage.
We
Get
eat.
to it already, man.
Come on, man.
If you don't know, you better know, and now you know, man. We eating. Are we still eating?
Look at me. Look at you. Look at me. But I had like Wings has always been in they tuck.
Yeah.
If you was really, really outside with them early, you would know Wings was in they tuck. But they have to change the game and adapt.
I knew you was gonna bring that shit up. Bro.
Oh,
You brought it up
I
last
love
time.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
love it.
I was saying like we got to bring those because we got to talk about that,
We
right?
would love it.
We got to talk about that.
Let's start from the beginning with the Wings being there, and then.
Well, one thing I will say is like, first of all, thank you, right, for rocking since day one, all y'all really. But I think Gus was the one that we had bought this truck. We had put the decals on it, and like we didn't have no parking lot or nothing. My mom's lives in the Sunset. I was living with my mom's at the time.
Yeah.
Like we was like it was there. We were there, and I parked it in front of the house, and I think you passed by. I was like, what the hell is that?
I was driving with my wife, and she was like, "Hey, there's a food truck right there," and I was like, "Oh!" And we just hit a right, and all it had was the website, but like the name was already up.
Yeah,
it was a white truck.
Just the top, right?
Yeah, and then I was like, all right.
But it said Filipino tacos,
fusion,
burritos, and rice plates or something at the time on it. And he hit me up, bro, and he was just like, "What up?" And you know, we were kind of in the same industry, doing like music, but she was doing like video content, and so, anyways, I just first of all, thank you for rocking since day one.
Appreciate you, G.
But G hit us up and was like, "Yo, like let's do a We Eating episode." And you know, for you youngsters, you didn't really even know what YouTube was back then, but like we were utilizing
they were longer
this
than
shit,
reels. Okay,
utilizing
pay
this
attention,
shit.
yo.
Yeah, before 4K, it was like 20p. Or
it was more like 4K. Like, why the fuck can't I see shit right now?
Our shit was on a cassette.
Links on MySpace and shit, bro. Like,
shout out to MySpace.
You gotta update your real player.
Yeah.
You can't maximize the screen because of the resolution.
Yeah, exactly, it's grainy.
Yeah.
But either way, I mean, we were all going through transitions. Like I was going through it. Like I had been doing rap and music. I dropped the Quit Your Day Job mixtape.
Yep.
I was working at and the reason for that title was I was working at UCSF. Shout out UCSF as
healthcare,
well, right? You know, but you know, it just didn't work out for me there. So like, you know, and I was at a point to where I knew I had to make a change for myself. So I quit my day job and put myself in a position of let's figure the shit out, right? And so we figured the shit out, and it was Senor Sisig. Gil, you know, had a great job, full-time job.
I was still working at the time too.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
San Mateo, right?
Yeah, I was working that day. I remember working I was like, I gotta go by like at least 3.
He gave us a time frame because he goes, if we're doing it past this time, I'm gonna have to do cooking. But if you do it before this time, what's it called? Gil will be there. And I was like, I go, I want the whole crew. I want like let's do the whole crew.
So you were juggling it.
So
yeah, we were juggling that. Yeah, he was still working.
Say yo,
I was working. You know, and so anyways, we made it happen. We pulled the truck up next to like Patrol Park or some shit.
Yeah,
and it was just a few of us out there. We filmed the shit, and you know, we were showing kind of what we were doing with the Sisig, but we also had the adobo buffalo wings, which at the time like was kind of like.
Yeah.
What?
Come on.
What? But it's not
at the 14 or talking about 15 years ago.
Yeah.
This was already being introduced.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
You know
like,
what I'm saying? So like, you know,
y'all were early.
Obviously, like shit's evolved since then, but at the time, that was like nobody was doing shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
The cuisine evolved also too.
Yeah. So that's kind of like let's take that statement. So you're saying like shit has evolved since then.
Yeah.
But prior to that, it was just y'all.
It wasn't just us. It wasn't just us. But you know.
So you're saying that other people were putting like Sisig and tacos?
There was another dude, Hopper
okay.
SF was doing his thing, but it was all at the same time. I feel like, you know,
that energy, like that, like it was golden moment.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, like
everyone was shooting they shot for food trucks.
Well, this was 09, really, when the ideas started to kind of get planted, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the seeds were like 08, 09 being planted, and you didn't really see them start to bloom until 10, right? And so you know, so whenever they started the blooms, it was at a month here, a month there, a month there. So everybody back then we would say, oh, I was the first, but it wasn't even about that now. Now it's just about, we were all thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, and we were all in that position that, you know, it's kind of going into right now where it's not the best state of the Bay, right? But it was kind of the same thing there, but it was a nationwide, worldwide recession going on. But people were trying to kind of figure shit out.
Just trying to get it.
Yeah, but you know, I'm a firm believer, man, like when it's those type of times when you're pushed against the wall is when you got to fight to be the most creative, right? Yeah. And you got to fight to kind of figure out what you're gonna do next. And you know, that was our time, man. And we started to get real creative with it.
I agree. So like, shout out to my boy Just One. He said one time that basically,
shout out Just.
If you have like a business venture or something, right, and then you also have like your career, you have to approach the business as if you don't sell, you don't eat. Right? Because it's easy to just kind of like let it sit there and not really pay attention because you're comfy, right? Yeah. But you have to always be pushing. You have to always kind of make it seem like this is like your only kind of like means, right?
Yeah. It's like being single.
I wouldn't know. It's been too long.
Yeah, me too.
Just not as fun. Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
JD's the only one over there like, fuck yeah, dog.
Can I read some? I actually wanted to share some real quick.
Chris Hansen moment, dog. Look.
And so this is for Gil. For some reason, he fucks up your electronic devices he touches.
How do you know this shit?
Everything he played, my PS, it got fucked up. Always have to reset the shit or get a new one. But he's one of the most giving people I know. Always looking out for others.
Who said that?
Do you know who said that?
P. Tanner.
Yeah.
The crazy
Oh,
just go Light Boys. But go ahead. Okay. You're gonna say
the crazy thing is the crazy thing is that like I sometimes play Call of Duty with Gil, and it was just mentioned last week because his controller was broken. So this motherfucker is consistent. It's still going on, dog.
I don't know, man. I think it's the truth though. Every time I have like something with electronics, I get this like electronic vibe that fucks up. I know that? P had a Xbox where you know the Ring of Death, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I made that shit happen for some reason, and every time I would come over, I'd make it happen.
You're like 11 for fucking Stranger Things, though.
That's too much energy.
I thought you were like Wreck-It Ralph, but you're like 11, dog.
I got one for Ev. So,
he was struck by lightning, bro, at a bank. For real.
Jesus. We did a video shoot in LA, and I apologize if I get anyone's name wrong. Kile Zaire. Zaire. When I ran mixed music label. We had Fonte from LB out there with us.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
The Beat Junkies and some models.
Jeez.
And we wanted to film a final scene on the plush rooftop as a party scene with a bunch of the homies.
Freddie Gibbs was up there too.
Wow.
Except I had run out of money to pay for the whole thing.
Yeah.
I looked at Evan, and without hesitation, he loaned me a large sum of cash to pay for the whole party on the spot.
Were they in ones?
No, it was just like, boom, here.
Damn.
It was all them burritos.
That's got to be Nightclubber Lane.
Nightclubber Lane.
That got to be Nightclubber Lane.
Boom Bap Project.
Hold up, Nightclubber Lane. That's a fucking amazing name.
Nightclubber.
Shout
out, man. Shout out Nightclubber Lane.
That's my brother. Yeah, Nightclubber Lane, Boom Bap Project.
Damn, season tickets.
If you don't
holders.
know, look it up.
Look it up.
You look it up. Yeah, real shit. Season ticket holder since 08.
Since 08, I don't even know.
You
know what I'm saying? Like,
Santana's my boy too. B Santana's my boy.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, man.
For sure.
Yeah.
Damn,
for sure.
man.
How you getting these quotes, bro?
Come on, man.
Damn.
All right. And
I love this. Keep going, motherfucker.
It's like my funeral, bro.
I got one of these for the both of you. One of the first times we booked a Saturday night in San Jose. Gil worked lunch, so Evan was covering dinner. We met at Shelby Yard. Loaded up, Gil leaves, Evan gets in a driver's seat. On the way to San Jose, the 101 South, one of the tire pops. Evan gets on the freeway, gets off the freeway in Milpitas or something, pulls over, turns the truck off, checks the tire, definitely a flat tire. So he's like, let me cancel the service, find a tire spot close by. Gets in the driver's seat, can't find the keys.
Oh, this is a deposition.
He's like, do you have the key? I was like, no, I don't have the key. Look everywhere and realize he left his keys in the car at the yard.
Yeah, because it's one of those ignitions where you could start it and pull it out.
The GMs,
GM and this is truck Uno, right?
Yeah, truck 1.
91.
So the older truck would stay on. So Gil had to come over with the keys. From the Daly City to San
Okay, so Gil wasn't with us. Yeah, we trying to now rewind. Who is this?
I don't know who this is.
Who is it?
It's Mariel.
Yeah. It's Mariel, yeah. That's what I was gonna say.
She's day Uno, right, with y'all?
Yeah.
Oh, Mariel been day Uno.
Almost day zero. Damn near day zero.
Day zero, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
And I know Ev, right? We grew up together, but I know Ev's like
Meticulous.
his bad habits, right? Like taking the key and accidentally putting it in his car.
Oh, that's
putting
just
his
me.
Stoner shit.
And I know from the get,
when I'm not
if something's
smoking now.
missing in the truck, and when he used to be in the truck, and people's like, damn, what happened to the keys or what happened to the whatever? I said, man, Ed probably took it. And like 98.7% of the time, Ev got it. Like,
is that a radio station?
I'm checking for lighters at the end of the night.
Like, you got the keys or you got this? He's like, yeah, you're right. I got it.
I'm that guy. I am that guy. Don't leave me with nothing.
All right, last one. This is for both y'all also. We first collaborated with Senor Sisig back in 2012. I think during this time we were both gaining traction locally. We have done quite a few projects together since then. Really good dudes who definitely have a recipe, no pun intended, for a great brand and business. Their brand embodies what you'd want as a representation of the Bay Area food culture and entrepreneurship. Really looking forward to the Chase Center project as well. Shouts to Evan and Gil for all they have accomplished.
It's like a quinceañera.
They collaborated in 2012.
Who had the bros?
Is that Evan? It's Evan.
Oh,
Evan.
yeah.
Evan.
Shout out to Dap,
That's
man.
Dap, dude.
Evan, what up,
Mr.
man?
Tennis over here,
man.
dog.
Yeah, remember that?
I was just thinking about Evan today. I was like, bro, we got to do another one, especially since we're doing the Chase thing.
It's
Only right.
Yeah, it has to happen.
Yeah, we pulled up
has to
at
happen.
a Dap when they were in the Sunset, right?
That was their grand opening.
Grand opening over
For
the
the-
Sunset.
for the Frisco location, right?
Yeah.
The first collab was the Super Senor shirts.
Yeah, that was nice.
You know, and then we did some gold blooded stuff
Yeah.
after for I think it was their 10 or 15. I don't even know. Like we getting old, bro.
What I love
But-
about y'all too, like you cross over with your promo. It's not just one lane. It's not
Yeah,
just the
for
food
sure.
lane. Like your
Yeah.
clothing lane is hot.
Yeah.
Work in progress. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You're-
Yeah,
you're-
let me get one of them
Yeah.
Dickies, man.
Yeah. No, we got you. We got you.
Shits
No, I checked, there's no
y'all,
sizes.
and y'all crossed over early too. As
Yeah.
far as like getting into like the gear part of the game.
We might have talked about this before, but I mean, I think that a lot of that came from what we brought through the music.
Yes.
So, I mean, it was always about clothing. It was about art. It was about music, and it's like that's one thing that we brought to food that I think set us apart. You know, was that we were that Bay culture. You know,
I mean, are these not Pilo's wings, though?
right?
That's
right.
a crazy collab to me.
That's yeah.
But then y'all
I
big
mean,
fucking
shout
with
out
homeboy.
Pilo,
Yeah,
man.
shout
out
Like,
Pilo.
shout out-
Shout out Miles too, because y'all did that shit.
Oh, yeah, for
y'all
sure.
did that shit during Filipino Heritage Month, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Even-
Medina, see,
Dude, Miles,
he's
love
a
you,
beast.
doggy.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember I was talking to Gil. And he
Yeah,
was like,
Rommel made me hug the dude at the first time meeting Miles, and I was like, "Hey,
Like from
man."
the did you
Yeah, from
face
the
him,
get-
hug him,
nah, I
or
said-
was it
no,
a side hug?
No, I said don't
said-
side hug him straight.
Rommel
like,
hit me up and said, do me a favor, give him a big ass hug. It's like in my head, it's like, dude, I didn't even meet him yet.
Yo, did you really give him a hug?
Huh?
Did you really give him?
Yeah, like half hug.
Yeah, had
like-
No.
hands in his pockets.
No, the funny thing is, when I was talking to Gil, he was like, "Yes, for this month." I was like, "Oh, what's this month?" He's like, "How dare you? It's Filipino Heritage Month." I felt like so non-Filipino at that time, dude,
No.
as I was standing at like backyard in a Jamaican restaurant. I was like,
Hey, that's
"God."
my old chef, by the way.
Hey, shout out to the
Yeah.
chef at backyard. Let me ask
Oh,
you.
that shit slap.
It does, dude.
Yeah.
Smack.
So my question.
OG said slap though. I used to say slap.
My question for you, and if I
That's
ask,
that Frisco shit.
I've asked Gil this, right? I've asked Gil this because, like, we all have a ton of friends, close friends, and I have to say personally, even though I love them and they're my friends, there's not a lot of friends who I would get in business with, and that kind of goes unspoken. We know why. I don't want to sell Amway. Like, I get it. Like, it's a pyramid scheme. You know what I'm saying? But you haven't figured that out yet. But you too.
You don't want some
Yeah.
Avon?
Yeah, I get it. Acai is a
I got
superfruit,
this
you know what I'm saying?
mangosteen juice
Yeah.
ready for you.
Sarah V.
Yeah, Sarah B. Exactly, dog. No, I don't want to sell.
Sarah
I
Bay,
don't want to
you're
sell
saying?
life insurance. That's good. But with you two, you guys have found that magic,
Yeah.
right? And that's
Yeah,
like I said,
that's
like it's a
sick.
fucking foundation built on trust. And I mean, obviously,
Evolution is
there's
crazy.
more to that, though, right? You see that. You see the dude has the vision. You see kind of like the what they're made of. You see what they can do, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure you weren't just going up to any homie and be like, "Yo, let's do something."
No.
Unless he was like the third
No.
one, yes. He was like the third one.
When I said yes.
Nah, we even said it a little bit earlier, right? Just about the partnership, but this is like it's a marriage, bro.
It's bigger than rap.
Yeah.
It's a marriage, and you just don't like go into business with just anybody, and it's just like, and that's no disrespect to anybody.
No disrespect.
That's a good friend of ours that we
Right, no disrespect.
It's but you really have to be able to vet the person you're gonna do it with. I think I told this story a little bit, maybe before or not, but my dad had gone into, he was an entrepreneur. He had started a restaurant and whatnot. But before he even started his own restaurant, he had gone through many iterations. Working for people, working with people. But he had a partnership one time, and it just didn't work, right? And I remember there was some money owed, and I remember riding around the city looking for this fool. And he's trying to. We had a bat in the car, and we're like, and
I thought he was like sharpening his sushi knife and shit. Like,
he was smart. He didn't want to stat. He was gonna bonk him over the head and shit. But I was like, what I remember vividly, what stuck with me, so through my like childhood into adulthood was he was just like, son, don't ever go into a partnership, right?
Wow.
And I was like, and I was like, okay, I got that, right? But that led to many like trust issues for me.
Yeah.
Right? I did everything by myself for many years.
Yeah.
And part of that built a lot of the character of kind of who I am right now. But when I started to think about Senor Sisig, it's like, look, like I don't want to do this by myself.
Right.
You know, and then, you know, I reached out to Gil, and obviously we kind of figured things out. But I wouldn't have just reached out to just anybody, right?
Yeah.
Like, it was like we had the privilege of knowing each other for so many years prior to going into the business relationship of it, right? So, you know, a lot of people just like, it's all about the money. It's like, you got that, I got this, let's do it. But they don't know each other at the core. They don't have that time to vet each other.
Yeah.
And, you know, it is like a relationship in a way. It's like, you don't really know who you're with until probably like you're 5,
so you with
6,
them, right?
7. Like, you know what I mean? Like you don't really see the true face until then. But I had known G since we were like 16, bro.
Yeah,
and at that time,
and shit.
Yeah.
Before money was involved.
Before money was involved, but I had seen how G handled family, how G handled you know, his own relationships, how our relationship has gone. You know what I'm saying? I think he can probably say the same thing about me and how I handle myself. And you know, we both were just like, you know what, like, let's take this risk, you know? And like I said earlier, man, the synergy from day one till this day,
14 years.
Right, 14 years
in business though.
has it's definitely evolved. It's definitely involved, right? You know, from day one, obviously, right? But I think for us, like there's always been that same goal, same focus, and like, you know, sometimes we'll step on each other's toes, but it's not often. And when we do, it's like, oops, you know, like, let me get back in my lane, you get back in your lane, and we keep going because we keep pushing forward.
That's
you know
amazing.
I wish relationships were like that. Anyway, so
relationships can be like that. You
My
know?
wife-
teach
my
me
wife-
that, dog. Teach me, bro.
But-
Shout out to Mish. Mish is
But
like
see, not
that.
everybody's that lucky.
Yeah.
You know, not
Yeah,
everybody,
yeah,
like,
right.
I feel very, very privileged that we have that relationship with this business.
That is
You know,
not
'cause
easy.
It's not easy. And it's not a given. We didn't know it back then. For
Restaurant
sure.
business too.
I asked Gil, I was like, about the friendship, right? I was trying to do my homework, and he said, yeah, man, I've known Ev. He was my fucking best man at my wedding.
Yeah.
And I said, in my mind, first question was, is that because y'all went into business? But then I quickly took that back, because it's not fair. It's not fair to ask that question, right?
Yeah.
Because what you're basically doing is that, yeah, he's your best man, because not only has he been represented in your past, but also you guys are currently building the future together.
Yeah.
And that means a lot. I mean, you're bringing around your family. There's a lot of people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Gus,
The families that you created through this is amazing to me, because like 14 years, and I see some babies on the timeline
Hey,
that
yo.
aren't babies no more.
Right.
You know what I
Oh,
mean?
okay.
Like,
Hey, that's worth more than any
That
money we've
family
ever made.
growth.
You know what I'm
Like,
saying?
oof.
That's worth more than really anything.
Yeah.
And we stay true to that, I
Yeah.
think. And I think that's kind of, you know,
and that's
what
really
keeps us
y'all.
going.
If people really know y'all, you know what I mean? That's y'all though.
I hope so.
You know what I mean? And
I think it's pretty
really homegrown shit.
I mean, people they're not like, oh no, fuck them. Like, you don't see any like controversial shit on like Gil.
You know what?
Like, hey, you know what? That mother broke my
How do you
controller
know that?
too, dog.
There was this
He
one.
owes me an iPad, bro.
I'm gonna say it though. There was this one like TikToker that or YouTube whatever did a run list of Filipino food.
Oh, yeah.
And they mentioned Senor Sisig last, and I was kind of like hater.
Yeah, well, that's called.
You know, I'm gonna say that. I thought dude was a hater, and I was like, whatever. Like,
Maybe it's not Filipino.
No. I mean, I took that in a
like,
different way. We talked about that, right?
How
Yeah.
did you take
I'm
it?
speaking for me though. I ain't speaking for
No,
the,
it's all good. Like,
Yeah.
you know, we're different, right?
Yeah.
We're not categorized. You know, we're something different that it's hard to be replicated.
There's a
And
whole
I'm saying
lane.
that
That's true.
confidently, right?
That's
So
true.
it's hard to put us in a category.
Yeah.
And this is, I think, the category was like, you know, what type of person you are, or what type of person is this business? And we got the last one where we're considered fuckboys, right? Was it?
Let's be honest though. Let's be honest. In order for somebody to be the butt of a joke on that level,
You was that
you
poppin'.
fucking made it,
Oh,
dog.
You was that
Yeah.
popping.
Yeah, 'cause
I don't care. That was that popping.
I'm just saying,
you had
nobody's-
to mention the name.
No,
I'm just
for
saying
sure.
You
nobody's,
had to mention the
I'm
name.
just saying nobody's not making any
That's all
like big
Gus.
jokes and getting like
That's all
views and
Gus.
shit on
Yeah.
that like for like local like rappers.
You had to say it. You had to say
that
it.
means that you're on another like you got an IMDb. dog.
What y'all, easy remote. What y'all curated though is like your footprint is crazy.
It is crazy, dude.
Your footprint and your lane. So there's a certain lane right now in the Bay Area, and I think, like for me, I'm gonna say I seen you guys pave that.
Yeah.
I've seen it. I'm speaking for me, like from the outside, like eating out. Like I eat out.
Hey, yo,
you know what I mean?
do you though?
You know what I mean? I'm saying though, Rommel he gets it DoorDash because he don't go outside.
That's right. Also, I have to reevaluate.
Check your
I gotta
DoorDash.
reevaluate
Check
my
your
yeah,
DoorDash.
No, I gotta reevaluate my
the
budget, dog.
DoorDash.
But when you have to hunt for these
$100 on
dudes,
Chinese food is
y'all are spoiled. When you have to hunt for these dudes,
That's facts.
Like before Ghost Kitchen, when you had to find
on
that
Twitter, dog.
Twitter was a whole nother
and then you had to wait in line.
The whole convo was on Twitter.
And hope they don't sell out.
Yeah. Shout out to everyone in Ceremony waiting in line all those years. I think that was key. It took all
Daly City.
Daly City took a lot until this day right now.
And it's hard to find in the fog.
Leave Daly City.
It's really hard to find in the fog.
Yeah.
Do I got a fun fact? I got a fun fact for y'all for Daly City, and you can confirm if it's true or not. Daly City is the reason why when one person orders, they have a cap on their order.
Hell yeah.
Daly City is
we had a $50 limit
per person in line
to keep the line moving.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to Daly City. Always thinking about other people though. For real, dog. That's what we do out here, bro.
And if you at the end of the line at any Senor Sisig, like back then, I don't know about now because I haven't been in the back of the line in a long time.
I do have a question.
What are you gonna say though? What are you gonna say?
Yeah, go.
You got a ticket.
You got a ticket. We took
and you
care
have
of you.
one free item.
Yeah, we took care of you.
Because you gotta hold it down.
You have to let everyone know.
Hold it
We
down.
asked you to work. We asked you to for 15 minutes tell people that we're
Let
closed.
everyone know. I know it's 9 o'clock.
Like, put on that sandwich board.
If you don't want it, give it to the person in front of you.
A burrito.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here's my question, okay?
I was outside for that. You like that one?
In terms of like business, obviously it flourishes whenever you did like off the grids and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Did you ever feel bad for like other trucks when they didn't have lines and they were just kind of like sitting there like looking at y'all?
Oh yeah, that was.
I mean, we're too busy to like worry about that. I mean, that's not. That's
a life lesson. Fuck. Hey, yo, I'm pick up the mic for that shit, dog. I'm gonna pick up the mic for that shit.
No, on the real though, it's not. That mindset is. You know what I'm saying? It's
I
like
zoom in on him.
we got.
I can't wait for this real talk.
For this whole time of this, like we're still like this, right? We put our head down and kind of do our work.
Yes.
Not to say we don't pay attention to our surroundings, but it's more so of like we don't let that stuff affect us in a sense of like
you can't look outside if you're looking inside.
Yeah,
right?
we're trying to perfect our craft.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And that's what's about from us to our employees, to our staff, to our managers. There's always room for improvement.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. Is like people don't understand how much work it is, to put this team together. And that's what it is. Like you got to put your head down and do your work.
So I want to segue into something because what we've been doing lately is we've been asking guests to give us their Mount Rushmore of things. So that's 4 things. Okay. So in terms of location or trucks,
Mount Gusmore.
I need you to give. I fucking love that.
That's a big mountain.
I need you to give us. I need you individually.
Or Gus Moore.
Gus Moore. That sounds like a name for a type of movie.
That's your rapper name.
Yeah, or sex toy. Anyways, so
you say Gushmore?
Gus.
Gus.
Hey yo, hey, that sweater ain't gonna stay white for a long time, bro.
Gusher Raymond. All right, go ahead.
Hold on for the next one.
Okay.
Hold on for the next one. So, your Mount Rushmore. How would you rank your locations? And you can even go as deep as like.
Oh, you want to do that?
Yes.
Locations?
Yeah, like from most favorite, or most like meaningful, right? To like
you can start.
I mean, for me, like the first one will always be the most meaningful. I'll call that the flagship. There's so much like
flagship.
Yeah, flagship. Just behind. I mean, because we took so long to make the decision to go into that space.
They were offered Ceremony.
Yeah, we were offered Ceremony, all this other stuff. Yeah,
real shit.
No, but did they like step it up at Ceremony? They're like, hey, we really want you here. You can take Sabaros.
No. Yeah, they did. I mean, it wasn't a bad deal. It just wasn't.
It was early too.
It wasn't the right spot for the first spot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if I go to Ceremony now, if they gave us a good location, you know what I mean? But the whole thing about making that transition from what we built was, just really being thoughtful about what we're doing. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, that location just felt like the right location. It was a small inside to where we can kind of make it feel like the same experience of a food truck, order, pick up from the counter.
Say that again? You made the experience feel kind of like what the original
that was the
experience
idea of it.
Yeah.
It was like,
do you see how that's like fucking thought? That's so methodical.
Well,
dog.
I mean, look, like now you see parklets all around the city, right? Like we bought into a parklet pre-pandemic that was one of maybe like less than 10 in the whole city that was approved. So like that was the value. Bro. I saw that, I was like, yo, like. People, what do? They buy the food from a truck. Where do they go? Inside? Sometimes maybe they'll take it home. You can still do that.
Why'd you point at me? Because of the whole DoorDash thing? You see, Gus?
Hey, DoorDash wasn't even a thing then. But
Not even.
Most of the time, people take that. They go sit on a stoop. They go sit on a bench. They go to the park, sit on the grass, lay their bannick down and eat.
Come on, man.
Bannick gang
outside.
But what that location provided was the same experience. You eat it, you go outside. There's a big table. We sit together. We eat together.
Communal.
It's communal. And so there was that aspect of it for us. The other side was being in the Mission. You know what I mean? Like being raised in San Francisco. My parents were separated, but we lived in many different areas of the city. My dad worked in the Mission, so I was.
How far from your location now did he work?
1 block, bro.
1 block, dog.
But when your pops worked there,
amazing,
was it Muck Sushi or Weeby Sushi?
It was Weeby Sushi, bro. Weeby Sushi in the 80s, dog.
In the 80s, dog.
In the 80s, and so and if you from the city, you know what Valencia used to be, and
Gardens, come on, man.
Yeah, right. And now Valencia is one of the best quarters, in my opinion, in San Francisco, and especially when we went in there and we signed a lease in 2018, opened in 2019, but it was just the right spot. There was so many things pointing to just kind of like emotionally with our story, kind of what Sisig is, what our history was, what our parents were. Even in that space right now, we got a mural on the wall by Brian Barnacle. Like it's like on the side, like and we put Lil Quiapo on one side. We put Nori Sushi on the other side to pay homage to our parents.
It's fucking amazing,
and we don't even talk about this, right? But we did it, and it's there. But our parents know now. My dad knows in the sky.
I'm gonna cry.
Dude,
but it's a tie and it's a homage to what that space means for us, and then our first food truck too. Obviously, like all the locations, that first whole year was like to me like a movie in itself, right? But we're
right?
I'm speaking so much for us, but I feel like we're just so thankful for every opportunity we get to this point.
We see you outside.
But the thing is too, when you talk about it, it's not like any braggadocious shit, right? It's very thankful.
Nah, it's real though.
No, it's you're talking about the culture. You're talking about
it's a homecoming,
representing things that mean the most to you.
Yeah, it's like
and
your
you
kids,
continue to. Yeah, well, they're all right. I'm just kidding. I love my kids, but no, that's fucking amazing, dude. And just the whole thing with the pops, like it's so poetic, dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Yeah,
Tell
bro.
me about it.
Like I read those articles and I was like, nah, man. They say no about no fucking trip to LA.
Yeah.
It's more. I mean,
my dad passed, and he like this is like a passing of the baton. But even like Gil's story, and you could kind of tell it. But it's like his parents came and had aspirations. And,
for sure. Yeah, I mean, like growing up, my uncle had a food truck. It was a Roach Coach. He made everything from burgers to kind of Mexican food. He had a Mexican food stall over at 3rd Street. Now I think it's the Office Depot over on 3rd.
Oh, okay.
And
it's like a cantina, right?
Yeah, my aunt had like a turo store with Filipino food.
So, point, dog.
Yeah, point. So I grew up around all that stuff, and my pops always wanted that for himself, and he never said that. He's a man of few words, but during the process of us, having a mini grocery store in Pacifica.
Shout out to that.
Little Capo. Shout out Little Capo. 753 Hickey Boulevard.
Good corned beef.
Next to Ledoux.
Next to Ledoux. What did do? What did Ledoux?
Hey, what did do, Ledoux?
Next to Ernie's.
Yeah. You gotta change out your food more than every month. Good.
Anyway, like we even looked at a restaurant in that same lot that was vacant. My dad and mom really wanted to kind of take it on. More so my dad, and my mom's more of a conservative. I mean, I think I got that from her. Really conservative, really worried about the money, and my dad had the kind of vision, right?
Yeah,
trust the moment.
Yeah. My dad really wanted to do it, and
that's what happened here.
Yeah,
if I'm gonna keep it a buck,
foresight and execution, dog.
Exactly.
It's a fucking. The crazy thing is that it's a crazy mix, right?
No,
crazy mix, dog.
But he's able to still carry that same kind of torch, and kind of finish the story for his parents that they had aspirations of doing. And for me, my dad started the restaurant, then he passed away hella early. You know what I'm saying? So like it's very similar, and we have we're kind of taking what they had kind of set us up for
right in the next chapter. And that's the crazy thing too, because I also read that initially you didn't want to do that. You wanted to venture off completely like not food.
Damn, you know your shit,
dog.
bro.
Yeah,
Hello, homework.
You know your shit.
no, like you didn't, like you wanted to be completely
so-
left.
Turn your cookies off.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know, I mean, like I love my pops and what he had created, but you know, like I had gone to SF State and gone to business school,
Right.
got my undergraduate in business and whatnot, and then I had gone back to get my MBA, and I was in the MBA program when we started this, and I finished that later on. But like for me, it was like I always told myself, it's like, look, I want to start a business. I was always a hustler. Like we you know, he was selling bootleg tapes at the store. I was selling Machiavelli tapes in middle school. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like dubs. And so like we were always hustling, and so for me it was always business. I knew it, but I was just like, you know what? You know, there was a little pain from kind of like losing pops and coming from that.
Growing
so I was
pains.
like, you know, I wanted to kind of reestablish myself as something else, right? Outside of food. But you know what?
You can't fucking deny it, dog.
You can't deny it. That shit is in your genes,
if
man.
It's written, bro, it seems like it's written because it's perfect, exactly what you say, right? What this is, it's paying homage to where you're from.
Yeah,
right.
I couldn't have written it better, man.
It's fucking, it's beautiful.
What makes it different though is it's two backgrounds from like an entrepreneurial background.
Yes. Yeah.
Like both of y'all, that's what makes it different. Okay, y'all. I'm gonna say that when my parents hustled, right, and when you see your parents hustle to get their own.
Yeah.
So, are we considered first generation if we're first generation born here?
Yeah,
or second
first generation.
It's debatable, but you know, we are
Technically first generation.
I'm a first of my generation born in America. To watch my my dad get it and my mom like go get it like on top of their regular work.
Yes.
Yeah.
Has a little fire, has more of a fire in you to want to go out and find that other shit that makes you happy.
Yeah.
Right, and then we seen our parents work for that. So for us, it's utilizing like our spaces and like the way y'all canvas is amazing. I want to say this because a lot of people don't know this. If it wasn't for Senor Sisig, I don't think there'd be a certain restaurant that'd be available to Oakland.
Holy shit!
Damn.
Could you let us know? You know what I mean? Like like you guys like intro that to the world as far as like giving him that platform.
Who we talking about?
It's the mob.
Oh, it's the mob.
Y'all intro that spot to them.
Oh yeah, so
you kind of quarterback
so the mob, yeah. So me and Tori go back.
C6 deep, y'all. I'm gonna let you know. C6 deep.
We go way back. But you know, Toriano used to rap.
Yeah.
Very successful.
Fully loaded on mine.
Fully loaded.
Fully loaded on mine.
Yeah. No. So the spot where Vegan Mob was, I don't know if they're still. I don't think they're there anymore. Yeah, but it was a short.
St. Clair or St.
It was a short-term lease, but you know, but we were looking at it, you know, and you know, I thought that would be a great spot for Senor Sisig.
I mean,
but you know what? At the time though, Toriano was bringing like little samples of like his vegan gumbo over, and I was like, bro, this shit is fire, bro.
Ready to cook, right?
This is fire. Like it feels like meat. It tastes like meat. You got to do something.
It's too late.
And so I think the timing just worked out right. You know what I'm saying? So we were there, and I was like, you know what? This doesn't feel right for us, but in my head, I just saw the vision, and I saw, you know, and sometimes you just see it, and it came true. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I was in there, I'm like, you put Vegan Mob right here, bro, it's gonna fucking pop. It's gonna pop. And so, you know, so I introduced him, you know, to
Ray Crockett.
To the
Ray Crockett.
You know, at the time, he didn't have no financials, nothing to show, you know, but we went in there, we vouched together, you know, showed them the thing, made them believe.
And this is putting people on.
Yeah.
Oh,
y'all don't know this. This is putting.
But that's,
Senor Sisig's been putting people on.
No, but you know what? That's some real like people who you surround yourself with. That's some base shit too, though.
Yeah, true.
You know, like look, like we still here. Episode 2, what?
207.
207. We did 42. We did 151.
I'm gonna find the We Eating episode.
151. 151.
152.
151 sounds good though. 152.
That should have been 151. Anyway,
Shout out Flame Dr. Peppers.
But Gus done do the first real visual on Senor Sisig ever,
Full
bro.
circle, Doug.
And we still here 14 years later, man. You know, so it's all love. We want everybody to win, man. You know what I'm saying? So like,
some of the realists in the game,
as
y'all.
long as you want to win too, that's the thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna waste my time with fools, and that's where like Toriano took what I was offering him, and he made the most of it. So you know, you got to like give somebody like that some props, because there's
Shout
been
out
other
to
folks.
you.
No, not saying no names, but I'm just saying like I'll give, and then I'll see like you just asking, but you got no intent with it.
The game is free, but the work is hard.
Right, exactly. So like, you know,
the game is free.
I'll lean in. I will lean in and help. But if in
you gotta help yourself at a
you
certain.
gotta help yourself. Exactly.
Nah.
So with that being said, what do you think about like a Longanisa burger? No, so
Smash.
yes,
Smash or pass. No, I see y'all though.
yeah.
And it just to watch like I kind of got like a front row seat to watch like from like even before like y'all went like pop to when to what it is now, and I seen y'all and I was like, look at y'all. At UN, where it's cracky on the
UN
Thursday,
Plaza,
UN Plaza
yeah.
on a Thursday will be the most cracked out shit. But if you want to buy some jeans from the essays, they got it for
If you
y'all.
want some used needles from the fountain,
Hey,
go ahead.
yeah.
Got it for y'all.
You and Plaza pre-pandemic don't look so bad right now.
Nah.
But
It don't look so
But
bad.
also, they made it through so many different cultures, right? Like, let's say, for example, the Ivy movement, right?
Right.
Oh yeah.
You made it through like pandemic, all of these.
Yeah. Oh, the game. My fault.
That's all good. That's all I can tell you, Joe, motherfucker.
Shout out
We
to
gonna
Mahanta.
we're gonna do a little game real quick. Just want to see. We want to test everyone's hypheness.
That was your cue,
Damn.
bro.
Huh? That was
was
my
your
cue.
cue.
I'm
Nah, you
cute.
can tell his eyes,
I'm
bro.
cute.
His
I'm
eyes,
cute.
nice,
I'm queued up right now. Yeah, queued up.
What's the name of the game? Senor Sisig.
Okay, thank you. I wanted him to say it because I couldn't say it.
I can't put that. It looked better on text. I'm sorry.
Say it 5 times
Senor
fast, man.
Sisig.
This thick.
Since we are enjoying tequila,
Tequila,
right?
yeah.
What does the term 18 dummy mean?
18 dummy.
18 dummy.
I'm testing your. I'm kind of
Oh, yeah.
testing
I
the
feel
high
like,
feet.
like Mario. Whoa. 18
Nah,
dummy.
it's 1800 tequila, right?
I just want to also mention, last time Gil was here, you batted 1,000 on your game, didn't you?
I don't even know what
You
you're talking about.
motherfucker. All right, well, I'm about to trip you up right now.
Yeah,
All
we
of these
playing
questions
games.
based on the fucking hyphy movement, all right? Here's mine. First one is, Little B of the Pack was famous for putting a curse on which NBA player?
Oh,
Who was that?
That's a great Bay Area question.
A lot of folks.
A lot of folks, so which one?
was it
ended up-
KD?
K, motherfucker.
Was it KD?
Give this motherfucker the bell.
Damn.
Yeah, it was KD. That's pretty good, dude.
Don't fuck with the basketball facts.
That was OKC KD too, right?
That was OKC KD.
OKC
Until he
KD.
came here, and then he was like,
Yeah.
I lift the curse.
That's when he still had decent hair.
Oh, yo. Hey, comb your hair out there. Hey, everybody figure that out.
Okay. What group does Goldie Gold, Doom Coon, and Stressmatic belong to?
Oh, shit.
That's not me.
Justin, I know Justin knows.
I cook food.
I should know this. Huh?
Goldie Gold, Doom Coon, Stressmatic.
Pass. I don't know.
What is that? I don't even know what that
know.
is.
From EPA.
No, Justin, who do you think it is? No. It's a federation.
The Feds.
Damn, I
Fed
didn't know their
game.
names.
Federation.
That's pretty good. Here's mine. Which
I should have known that.
Yeah.
Paul would have known that.
Like, yeah, Paul would have definitely
Shout
known.
out to
Yeah.
Tanner, Rang.
Pete Tanner, love you, bro. Okay, which pastry was referred to a famous hyphy song as having no filling?
No, we suck, bro. What
Filling.
Ain't no
pastry?
filling. Got it?
Is it a donut?
It's a cupcake, man.
Oh shit! See, I don't know that.
Cupcake, no filling, bro.
I told you I cooked. That's Ev's cue, not me.
I know, dog.
Sorry. We're mob style.
I'm getting old.
I do
I'm
eggs.
out of questions. It's all you guys.
All right. I already kind of said it earlier, but for those that didn't catch it, Bailey Big Rich and Don Toronto form what super group?
That's too easy, man.
Come on, man.
I'll let you
I
try to
don't-
answer this one.
I don't know, man.
Fully loaded, I'm on.
Man, oh, you said that earlier. Yeah.
Yes.
And
yes.
that album was one of the best albums.
Oh, my goodness.
You know, Come on, man.
I still have mine.
Oh my god.
Is
it a CD or a cassette?
It's a CD.
Yeah.
It's white with red writing.
Oh my god.
Is it a burner original?
I mean,
It's original.
They were the youngest that came in and
Wait,
changed
which
the
one
game
was
like
it?
that.
What was it?
Fully loaded.
Fully loaded.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh.
Because there was a lot of shit coming out back then.
Yeah.
West Coast Bad Boys, GLP, all this shit. But like they were the next like little wave that came in, and
It was
That's
like
a good
and
time.
they killed it.
It was young. It was young, and it was energetic, and it was.
Oh
it
my
was
God, yeah.
different. It was
Yeah.
aggressive. It was,
Yeah.
When was it? When was the time that you realized like, okay, I think this is kind of dying out?
What?
You're talking about?
Hyphy?
Yeah, I remember I was like riding on the freeway and I saw like something.
It was like 04?
You know who kills it?
Oh,
Irk the Jerk. Death to hyphy, right?
Calling out names, motherfucker. It was Irk the Jerk.
I don't know.
Is that like a
I'm the wrong fool to ask, man. I forget keys in the car. You feel me? So like,
Hey, keys open doors though.
Hey,
Shout out to
there was a there's a reason you guys had to borrow someone's truck and put a wrap on it because you guys had Outside Lands and
Pistahan.
yeah.
so you guys had to borrow someone's
Yeah.
truck.
Oh, you do double booked.
And that was the
Yeah.
first time that you guys ever ran 2 trucks, and it was like,
Yeah.
we could do this now.
Oh, was that kind of like the aha moment?
It's something we just had to do. Like we had to pivot. I think a pivot. Evan uses this a lot. Is like that's about
Pivot.
That's all about our business. It's kind of like making it work. Yeah, like more than that, like making sense on any kind of pivot.
Spreading the
we do.
love.
Like thinking on your feet.
Yeah, basically we did Outside Lands. Was that our first year?
It was
Second.
our first. No, it was really the. No, it was the second year. It was the
Okay.
second year. Damn, fucking damn, dude. Y'all know me
We
better
outside.
than I know me.
We outside. You got a nice
Still same
history,
OG.
y'all.
Yeah.
Senior
Is that-
Sisig has an awesome history.
Is that
Yeah,
Encyclopedia Britannica? Or what?
Yeah, no, but they only gave us J. 'Cause I'm still waiting for the
Urban
I'm still
Dictionary?
waiting for some money to come in before I get A and then B. You know, all the fancy letters are taken. Hey, let me ask you a question. Ed.
Yeah.
Being that you did perform and you did rap, how much of that, anything that you did in that kind of avenue, do you apply to your current business?
I mean, a lot,
right?
A lot,
That mouthpiece, right?
a lot. I mean, the mouthpiece is one thing. I mean, like we don't do this shit every day, right?
That's
We
how
just
West
sit
Coast
here, like,
is. That's how
but the
Pimp
mouthpiece
is.
always gonna be there. You know what I'm
But I
saying?
mean, like if you're presenting, right? If you're like,
That's my favorite part.
Hey yo,
Come on.
why do you do that?
That's my favorite part. Hey, that's my favorite part. That's my favorite part.
So
You know what? Well, what I will say was kind of what I talked about earlier was like we took a lot of things from that game though.
Easy.
Not just what I would do as a performer myself, right?
Right.
Yeah, I remember like music. I love music. I love it. Still this day, I love
sir.
music. You know what I'm saying? But like, you have to become the product, right? You have to say things a certain way to where it's very digestible, right?
hey, this motherfucker raps.
Right, for folks to understand, right?
Yes.
For me, I was hard headed as a rapper. Like I was really just saying things the way I wanted to say it. If you liked it, you liked it. If you don't, you don't.
Right.
I don't give a fuck.
Would you
know
get on
what
the
I'm
track right now?
Huh?
Would you jump on the track right now?
It's funny. A lot of people. I was talking.
I know you got something written right now.
You know, if I did, it would probably be with N. Lang, Nightclubber Lang. 'Cause, like we had talked about it the other day. Like we was like, we got to do it. So I would.
That'd be nice.
I think I got something to
That'd
offer.
be nice.
But in general, like to answer the question, man, like it was a lot of the applications that we had taken from music
Mm-hmm.
to food that people weren't doing in the food industry. You know what I'm saying? So like when you look at just like marketing, how you do collaborations, how you work with people, how you make your stuff creative, and then also with my music, I'd say things in ways where like it's very buried between the metaphors.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like
Motherfucker over here shooting a double entendre.
and I learned with that, like the most successful rappers, sometimes you just fucking just say it, very clear, easy to understand. And like back in the day, like MCing was very like it was a game of chess, and you wanted
There's times I look at you and I still see you with long hair and it's braided.
Hold on, let's touch on that a little bit.
It's in the backseat of his
on
car.
On that point, when we post this shit, let's link the evangelist video on the bottom, just so you can revert back and see what the fuck he talking about.
Yeah.
But in general, bro, honestly, it was really just taking a lot of those applications and putting it into food, which nobody was doing.
I think
Nobody was doing.
that's also what does drive. It is what actually drives the business, right? It's the creativity portion of it.
Yeah.
Like there's not a lot of people out there, they'll just sell you whatever, but there's a creativity portion. part of your business that people love?
Yeah, we do that for the people, but you know what? Honestly, we do it for ourselves too because it allows us to have fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know. I don't do music no more, but we working with Pilo, we working with different artists, and we doing those things. Like we still working. We still doing it. We still doing the same things. You know what I mean? So like that allows us.
You're just navigating from a different space.
In a different space.
From a different angle.
Exactly.
No, the game is still the game.
Exactly.
The game is still the game. You know what I mean? And it's
100%.
Like, and the way I see y'all, it's crazy.
Now you always seen it.
It's crazy though. Like on some real like, hey, look, I'm giving. These motherfuckers deserve their shit.
Well, thank you. You know what?
Real
though?
shit.
FREE99, like, one thing I gotta say about FREE99 is the consistency, right? Like, we've been doing this shit for years too. How many years has FREE99 been going on?
I think I want to say 18 or 19.
18 or 19 years,
Yeah.
bro?
No.
I was like,
2018 or 2019.
I was like, God, that.
Shout out to me, Hector, yo.
207 episodes. 207 episodes.
You know
that, but still, that's consistency. You know what I'm saying? Like
loving the work. You gotta love the
this
work.
Shit ain't about
absolutely,
the money.
yeah.
This shit ain't about the money. This is just about the love.
It
You
is
gotta
about
love
You know what I'm
the
saying?
work.
And like I think like no matter what we do with Senor Sisig, it's always got to come back to that. It always has to be about the love.
Absolutely. It's all about the love. Speaking of love, I mean, like, do you have an artist or is there somebody in mind who you do want to collaborate with in the future?
Universe shit. We shooting.
I was at the Super Bowl. I saw her playing that guitar. I was like,
yeah, we were trying to. We do a lot of like collaborations with the AAPI and.
That's her.
Oh yeah, for sure.
ER would be.
Maybe you would want to make like a Sweets burrito.
White rice and everything.
Shout out Sweetie too. But her, like my wife is from Vallejo.
707, say it backwards.
VA double hockey stick EJO, but I just even Sweetie would be dope too. Yeah, but Nike would be dope too.
Nike would be dope too.
And just to bring it all back to the Bay,
Nike would be
all
dope
of y'all
too.
who were just mentioned, you gotta come see us, please.
You need to come see us.
That was one of my shits. CMC, could you play? You need to come see us. Call us CMC a little early.
Yeah. And can I get those tickets too?
Yeah.
Oh, you call it number 104?
Yeah.
Man, you just whatever the fuck.
No, that was 106.
Yeah,
That
106,
was the CMC. CMC was 26.
Yeah. My bad. Hey, that's a window to the world. All right.
Shout out Chewy Gomez too.
Shout out to Jesus.
Just JD, sir. We apologize. You don't have a mic, but do you have any words for these two gentlemen over here? This was fun.
I want to say this was fun, and
Yes, he's about to really bad.
I got a piss though, but I wasn't tripping, right? Yo, because we went to Yield, right?
Yeah.
Yield.
So, shout out to the 90% of us that don't do what we graduated for.
I only gave 80% to Hill.
And my man went from building circuits to building some good ass fucking food.
Building families
good
of
shit, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, big ups, man, for pioneering, helping pioneer all this.
Hey, solid, man. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, much love, bro.
Jan, here, take this mic. What you got? Any words for us?
Jan Wayne Swayze. Swayzeist.
All right, so I told my wife that you guys were coming on, and she had like one question right away. She's on.
Shout out your wife.
Yeah.
Shout out LV.
Shout
We shout out our wives. We keeping it neutral. We shout out
all the wives or future wives.
My
With
wife,
an
your
ass.
wife,
Ex-wives.
Ex-wife.
Everybody get a
Could have
wife.
been wives.
Yeah, should have been wives.
Oh yeah, should have. Anyways, let's cut that part out. Go ahead, Jan.
Damn, it's
Go
cooking
ahead,
right
Jan.
now.
So then she's on the pastry side, right?
Nice.
So she's in the kitchen.
Cupcake, no
So then she's like,
Are y'all soft? No.
ask them who's the most important role. Is it the chef, or is it the general manager, or the person behind, like, the business? So which role is more important?
Why is your wife trying to break them up, dog?
Yeah.
And I know the answer is Jesus. It's gonna be the side that she's on, But what do you guys say to that?
I mean, you
no, go ahead. No, you go ahead first. I was in a
Road trip, bro.
I did this turn to an interview for therapy.
Maybe it's not.
Yeah.
So if it's not the same, then
I mean, it's hard to say to it, and like there isn't an individual. I feel, and every time we grow, every time we get a new truck, and every time we get a new location, it's not about me, myself, or Evan. It's about the team, right? Because there is a team behind everything. Unless of course the vision started within, but in order to keep up with that and to keep up with succeeding, you need a team. And I think I can't say it's me, I can't say it's Evan, I can't say it's only both of us. And I know it's kind of like cliche, right? You have to pick, because that's the question, but I can't answer that question. But my question is it takes a team, it takes an army, it takes a really strong kind of foundation. We're all about foundation. Without foundation, I think we wouldn't be able to grow this far. So that's my answer.
So I'm gonna tail back on that, because I'm just gonna say, like, it is about team. But understand, like, y'all giving us all these accolades and props about where we at and the flowers and all this stuff, but we don't get here with just me and Gil.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like without everybody that's on our team, man, that's been here, that's still here, and that was here before, it takes everybody. You know what I'm saying? And so it's not just me and Gil. Me and Gil kind of had the vision to start this stuff, but like without the people that are with us now and that were with us before, like we never get here. And so it is about the team.
Yeah, the biggest thing I forgot to mention is the people in line, right? The customers out there to support us and willing to give us a chance and come back and give us another chance and give us our flowers. And I think that's the biggest thing. Without the fans, I sound like a fucking Grammy Award.
I know exactly.
Shit. No. But no, it's real though. Like people like out there in the
shout out to Bay, bro,
you know what I mean?
for holding us down for this many years and still fucking with us.
I do have to say, and it's my favorite quote from Remember the Titans. Team is simply a reflection of the leadership.
Yeah,
that's y'all. That's both of you.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, man.
Nah, and y'all was the first truck to have like where you could look out the menu and you could see your group. You could see who's ordering. You guys were the first one with that kind of menu, because I remember I went to City Hall and you were serving and I was looking at the menu and you popped up like, "What you doing over here?" And I was like, "You see me."
We can see you, but you can't see me.
Yeah, that was the first. I was like, "Oh, they got the good windows." I was like, "Okay."
The perf.
Yeah,
It's called the perf, bro.
And why food truck is so important to what this is you like as a chef, you see who's consuming your shit. You see who's waiting in line. You see, like, when you're that close to the game, like, you see the money come in, you see the order go out, like,
and you see the reaction too.
You see the reaction. You get the full experience as a chef. So food trucks was way different, and because this is y'all.
Yeah, this
is y'all. Like, and like food truck makes you enjoy it more, and that's what built the legacy for y'all, because you were able to put trucks everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, people didn't understand that footprint.
No, literally everywhere, bro. Like, I would pull up into the city, right? Because I had moved to Oakland for a little bit. I'm pulling on, like, what is it, 280 or whatever it be? Whatever. We're on the freeway, 101. And then I see, like, UPS truck, FedEx truck, Senor Sisig.
Hey.
UPS, FedEx, Senor Sisig. UPS, FedEx, Senor. I was like, damn.
We out here.
We out here. What the fuck are we doing?
Yeah.
But, yeah, it was
at the
crazy.
peak. It was like, what, 3 in the financial, 4 in the financial?
It was 6.
In the financial district?
We
6
had,
trucks?
That's not even 1 in the pink. That's not even 2 in the pink. That's all in the pink.
All in the pink.
I miss downtown.
I saved one for the
I miss downtown.
You got 6 fingers down, 1 of them in the stink.
It hurts my heart to see what Frisco looks like.
No, but you know what though? We know, like I will say this, man. Like everybody's down on Frisco right now, but you know what? We've been here long enough to see historically, man.
We always gonna be here.
This shit is a cyclical thing where we gonna come back, and if you don't believe that, then bounce. You know what I'm saying? Because you know,
take your Patagonia.
Like I said, lean in. That's my whole shit right now. Lean in. You know. Because, like, right now, we're going to dig deeper. We're going to lean in further. You know, that's really what it is right now, because we know what San Francisco is.
If you're not about this hustle, you're not ready for the
next
It's
not about the area.
If you don't believe in it, man, because we've seen it. I already know. But it's going to take some time, yes. And we're about to turn the page, and then people going to be jumping on the bandwagon again. But that's okay, whatever, you know. But we here.
Here's what I got to say. Just to backpack off of that. It's true. San Francisco is not at its best right now. But there will be a page that turns, and when it does, there will be people who are ushering in the culture, and it's those same people who have been doing it for the last 14 years. That's y'all. Trust.
Well, we appreciate y'all, man. Thank you. I appreciate
Trust.
that.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Sorry.
I'm a loss for words for how proud I am of these two guys right here. It's real shit. Thankful. I am
Appreciate you, G, man.
We are too.
I got you. Episode 207.
Wow, wow.
Fucking Sisig, Freed, and Roy. The Senor Sisig brothers out here. Shout out to everybody.
Love is
Free
207, baby.
207.
Change the loadout.